Well, good evening to those of you locked on to Constructive Talk with me, Pastor Google. Let me apologize for the late start. When you're trying to help people, sometimes you leave your business undone, trying to help others, So I want to, first of all, apologize for the late start. And I want to encourage you to share the live and tell somebody, hey, Constructive Talk is live with Pastor Google on YouTube and on Facebook. So today was another interesting day in Trinidad and Tobago. It was. We have the Prime Minister of India in our country, and he is here laying over, making his way over to South America, and some of us, I saw some videos, and some of the videos shows me that there are people, full out, people pack out the cycling arena. Pack it out.
Line. Ding, 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 line. I was thinking what kind of song to write for the year 2001. Should I compose a nation-building song or just blaze them politicians? But when I hear Pan they get 19 seats and he run and give his speech of victory, I tell myself something wrong, so I compose this song for kinky head people like me, because I don't understand what's really happening. For years me crooks and panther was busting we liver string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear, but the results from the elections proved the mystic breaking black man air. They don't hear. So don't expect me to jam your prime minister.
No, don't tell me.
I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever.
I said no, don't tell me.
Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, it's you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby father, the man like more sex than Panday. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I have nothing to say. My personal comments I will reserve.
You got a government you deserve.
To complain to me now, but you got some nerve. You got a government you deserve. Try my best to put sense in black man head. The consequence I was not afraid. But when I see Keith and Daphne on TV, deep in my heart I felt betrayed. Cause I remember in 1998 I got chastised when I sing my song. But if I did like game, I would have take out she name and deceitfully win me crown. UNC corrupt like hell, but Satma Raj wouldn't say so. As black man open me mouth, he find that man in should go. To these negative response from the black man, I'm not surprised, because I've come to one conclusion: today black man is his own demise. Be wise. So don't tell me nothing about the EBC.
No, don't tell me.
Because I know some of you vote for UNC.
I said no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me that they cancel the URP, and how you can't get work to maintain your family. So if you end up just like a criminal on the run, because what they make, they ain't keeping none. And civil servants can't get it back pay. Plus you self can't get a 10 days. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I wouldn't be amazed. My little knowledge now I must preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To protest of them now will take plenty nerve. You get a government you deserve. From the public I get my lyrics. You just give me inspiration. You just give me the strength and courage to slaughter them politicians. But when I see you supporting Panday and condoning all that is wrong, it's like giving me bread and a full glass of milk, then you turn wrong and kick it down. Panday call businessmen parasitic oligarchies. But today Jack Warner and do praise good buddies. What excuse you could have to put him back in power? If you ask Errol McLeod, he'll tell you that man was done a fork-tongue cobra. Yes sir. Don't tell me Caroni going through hell.
No, don't tell me.
I hear what the man can drink, he planning to sell.
I said no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me nothing about the Incogen deal and how they never give a conch for the shipload of rice they steal. But if you notice, Carlos have a brand new Beamer, and he delayed the process till he come a minister. And you hear he got millions in cutback from the Miss Universe show as a gift. Please don't stop me and ask me to confirm, because I plead in the fifth. My little cacadal try to preserve.
You got a government you deserve.
Ask Manning how much money he left reserve. You get a government
you deserve.
Good. Always. Sugar.
Prime Minister Stuart Young is leading the legal team for fired Central Bank Governor Dr. Alvin Hilaire. On Wednesday, Hilaire signaled his intention to sue the state for wrongful dismissal.
And in other news, Finance Minister Dave Tanku says there is obvious need for Trinidad and Tobago to diversify its reliance on oil and gas. More from Gisha Kaulasa Alonso in tonight's Business Watch.
Former Prime Minister Stuart Young SC has been hired by dismissed Central Bank Governor Dr. Alvin Hilaire to represent him. This follows Dr. Hilaire's intention to sue the state for wrongful dismissal by issuing a pre-action protocol letter on Wednesday to the Cabinet via the Attorney General and the Cabinet Secretary. In a WhatsApp message sent to Guardian Media on Thursday, Dr. Hilaire disclosed Young was leading his legal team, which also comprises Anthony Bullock and Imran Ali. Dr. Hilaire also says that a calm, prompt and complete resolution of the matter would be in the best interest of the international economic reputation of Trinidad and Tobago. Guardian Media also reached out to Attorney General John Jeremy on Thursday, who says he has not seen the pre-action protocol letter. The AG adds, however, that the usual course of action is expected to be taken, including replying. In his WhatsApp message, the former central bank governor also adds that he was privileged to be part of the elite squad, that is the staff of the central bank. Dr. Hilaire's appointment was revoked by President Christine Kangaloo on June 24, 2025. In other business news, Finance Minister Devijnath Tanku says,
appealing to Mr. John Public, please don't approach me at all. You have a way when government jam you. Is in my ear you want to ball. You had a chance to change wrong the system with your finger of democracy. And they promise you harm, but he go get your man for the next 5 years. Wait and see. I'll agree with you if you say the EBC cheat. But no voter pardon scam could give UNC 19 seat. Even though there was corruption, the margin was very small. If you people they do the right thing, Assam couldn't beat Eddie Hart at all. Not at all. Don't tell me 64 billion they steal.
No, don't tell me.
I don't want to hear about the airport deal.
No, don't tell me.
Don't tell me Dan Raj was a fugitive. And how he took 5 million when he went to New York to live. But if for carnival you see quiet tongue in the country, and he playing mass with Omar and Helen Humphrey, and you see quiet tongue hugging up Yetming while pointing at the treasury. Don't tell me he's showing him where to thief, cause that doesn't interest me. My little money I'll try to preserve.
Government you deserve.
So say you have regrets now, but you got some nerve. You get a government
You deserve.
And that's the song from Crew, Sugar Aloes, that a lot of people are singing. A lot of people are saying it's true. A lot of people are saying that the song is like if it was done yesterday. But again, it's interesting, eh? It's interesting. I'm hearing word on the ground that CPEP contractors are going to be protesting. They're going to be protesting outside the Red House and Woodford Square tomorrow at 9 a.m. But I want to play you a report from the news. Right? I want to play you a report from the news, and I want you to listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Because agreed.
Attorneys representing a CPEP contractor who was fired last week have begun legal proceedings against the company.
Stephen Samuels Contractors Limited issued the pre-action protocol letter today. It comes one day after PNM executives Faris Al-Rawi and Marvin Gonzalez vowed to take action against the state over the dismissal of some 4,000 reforestation workers. Attorneys Larry Lala and Kareem Marcel wrote that the termination of their client is both unfair and illegal, as CPEP did not give the required 30 days notice. The letter adds that during his tenure with CPEP, Stephen Samuel provided satisfactory service. The attorneys called on CPEP to withdraw the termination letter by the end of the day or face litigation. Attempts to contact CPEP's Chief Executive Officer, Keith Eddy, for a response were unsuccessful.
Now, as former CPEP workers await word on when or if they will be rehired, the Minister of Public Utilities says the company's new board will be revealed next week. Minister Barry Padarath told CNC3 News details will be finalized soon. The new CPEP board is expected to be given a mandate to register new contractors under updated stipulations for improved transparency and efficiency. Hundreds of CPEP contracts, reportedly over 300 contractors were terminated last Friday, reportedly affecting approximately 10,500 workers. An audit into CPEP's assets, contracts, and operations is ongoing, as the minister says none had been conducted since 2020. Workers and former contractors have protested outside CPEP headquarters, demanding answers and clarity on when they will be rehired.
I was thinking what kind of song to write for the year 2001. Should I compose a nation building song or just blaze them politicians? But when I hear Pandey get 19 seats and he run and give a speech of victory, I tell myself something wrong, so I compose this song for kinky head people like me, because I don't understand what's really happening. For years, me crooks and panther was busting we liver string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear. But the results from the elections prove domestic breaking black man air. They don't hear. So don't expect me to jam your prime minister.
No, don't tell me.
I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever.
I said no, don't tell me.
Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, is you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby father, the man like more Sexton Panday. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I have nothing to say. My personal comments I will reserve.
You got a government you deserve.
To complain to me now, boy, you got some nerve. You got a government you deserve. Try my best to put sense in black man head. The consequence I was not afraid. But when I see Keith and Daphne on TV, deep in my heart I felt betrayed. Cause I remember in 1998 I got chastised when I sing my song. But if I did like game, I woulda take out she name and deceitfully win me crown. UNC corrupt like hell, but Satmaraj wouldn't say so. As black man open me mouth, he find that man should go. To these negative response from the black man, I'm not surprised, because I've come to one conclusion: today black man is his own demise. Be wise. So don't tell me nothing about the EBC.
No, don't tell me.
Because I know some of you vote for UNC.
I said no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me that they cancel the URP, and how you can't get work to maintain your family. So if you end up just like a criminal on the run, because all the promises that they make, they ain't keeping none. And civil servants can't get it back pay, plus you self can't get a 10 days. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I wouldn't be amazed. My little knowledge now I must preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To protest of them now it take plenty nerve. You get a government you deserve. From the public I get my lyrics. You just give me inspiration. You just give me the strength and courage to slaughter them politicians. But when I see you supporting Panday and condoning all that is wrong, it's like giving me bread and a full glass of milk, then you turn wrong and kick it down. Panday call businessmen parasitic oligarchies. But today Jack Warner and do crazy good buddies. What excuse you could have to put him?
Alright, so I'm seeing you all on the live, and again let me say good evening to all of you. Thank you all very much for joining me. So I'm touching on some topics this evening that I want to get your intervention and your conversation and your input on. So Mr. Gary Griffith had something to say about the removal of the security for former Prime Minister Stuart Young. So let's hear what Gary Griffith had to say about the removal of security for former Prime Minister Stuart Young. Listen carefully to what former Commissioner Gary Griffith had to say about it. Olia.
Former Police Commissioner and National Security Minister Gary Griffith has criticized the sudden removal of former Prime Minister Stuart Young's security detail. Griffith called the move unprofessional and risky. He says proper protocol requires warning the person days or weeks in advance. This allows time to adjust and arrange private security if needed. Young reportedly lost his security while meeting constituents, with officers told to stand down immediately. Griffith urged the public to look beyond politics and understand security protocols. Police Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the police. A senior cabinet official said a recent threat assessment found no ongoing risk to Young. Griffith recalled providing security to former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley when he was opposition leader despite objections. This set a precedent for opposition leaders to receive state security. He added that former opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar had increased protection during his time as police commissioner. Current opposition leader Penelope Beckles still has state security detail.
A Couva mother is tonight.
You all heard that? You all heard that? It's sad, you know. It's sad. If you didn't know, well, I'm playing it for you now, what Gary Griffith had to say. And Gary Griffith is saying that, hey, come on, give the man advance notice, or, you know, do it in a professional manner. Vindictive. That's what you see. That's how I see it. Call it as I see it. It's like you want to spike the gentleman. Really? How did they take away Dr. Rowley on too?
Understand what's really happening. For years, me crooks and panther was busting we liver string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear, but the results from the elections proved domestic breaking black man air. They don't hear. So don't expect me to jam your prime minister.
No, don't tell me.
I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever.
I say no, don't tell me.
Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, is you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby father, the man like more sex than Panday. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I have nothing to say. My personal comments I will reserve.
You got a government you deserve.
To complain to me now, but you got some nerve. You got a government you deserve.
So hear this now. So the last topic I wanted to talk about is, you all remember a story where some young people had gotten shot in Port of Spain. They were going home, I believe it was, and they got shot. The car got shot up.
The school is conducting.
Right? I don't know if you all remember that story.
He says that counseling and...
Right? This story was when, I think they were coming along at Dong Street, and they got shot up. The vehicle got shot up by police. That was where, boy? Right by Republic Bank. And some people were seeing that Republic Bank would be able to pull their cameras and show what happened in that story, in that situation. I want to play this for you.
Confirmed that the decision was taken as part of its ongoing commitment to protect and assist citizens stranded abroad, especially those...
All right, just now, let me see. Somebody's calling in. Hello, good evening.
Like you. Pastor Guru, good night.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Okay. Pastor Google, I had to be the first one calling in because this is something that had been bothering me, and I'm so glad that you raised that topic tonight, especially with this new police commissioner we have. Because I have been listening to him from the time he got inaugurated, and some of the language that I was hearing from him wasn't sounding too professional and too factual for a police commissioner. And now that he's taken instructions,
yes,
he is
taking
taking instructions from this government, right, to act with immediate effect.
Oh, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Pastor Google, something is wrong in this country. We are in a total mess. We are because look at the finance. Look at the finance, right? You fire the governor of the central bank. You fire who in Wasta. You fire who in CPEP. You fire here, you fire there, you fire there. And when you start reconstructing CPEP, it's your people. You will be rehiring in CPEP.
Well, we want to see, let me tell you why I want to see if that will happen. Because there is the procurement laws. And the procurement laws says that there is a way to do things. So they can't just, you see what they were accusing Dr. Rowley and the PNM of? And people who on radio talking a whole set of nonsense, but the corruption and the corruption. I heard an announcer morning thumping his desk.
Yes.
Because he believed that there is so much corruption, and he is of the impression.
But show us the corruption.
But wait,
give us the data.
That is it, and he can't do that. He cannot do. They can't do that. He cannot do. They can't. They have no data to prove anything. But wait, I want to tell you this: we will be watching them like hawk. We will be watching them like hawk, because at the end of the day, if they break the procurement laws, the lawyers will be coming after them.
Listen to me. Nobody is saying that you can't fire these contractors, but you have to give them notice.
Thank you.
You cannot just fire them today for today, right? You have to give them notice. But what I am saying, you have all these primary people, the police commissioner, the financial governor, everybody, you have them under your wing. So whatever you tell them to do, they have to do.
They're going to do.
And you say my Dr. Rowley was a what?
Dictator.
A dictator?
Yeah.
Or you know, start to see who is dictator.
Thank you.
You know, start to see who is dictatorship in this place. Right? And that police commissioner, I have been listening to him from inception.
Yes.
Right?
Gary Griffith, and Gary Griffith expose him, eh?
But I don't like Gary Griffith, but sometimes you have to listen to Gary Griffith.
Yes.
Right? You have to listen to Gary Griffith sometime. And this last call that you see take place here with this police commissioner, Pastor Google, Trinidad and Tobago is in a total mess.
Come on.
You see our friend Mr. TPP, Mr. what is his name? Chavez, present with the Indian Prime Minister today, like a dumbass. You understand? Sorry for using the language, but it is a vexing situation. It is a vexing situation that is happening here. Right? And if you don't want to go the way Madam wants you to go, you are out the door. So whatever she tell you to do, you have to do. Right? Otherwise, you are out the door. Pastor Google, we have to watch. We have to watch. We have to watch and listen. And thank you, Pastor Google, for bringing the truth. For bringing the truth. Right? I'm missing my boy Dominic. Right? I'm really missing my boy Dominic because, he work to do and he really can't come out as he want to. Right? Right? But you see people like you and Dominic and Jenny and whatever, we have to thank you guys. And Pastor Google, don't stop now. You can't stop now. Better you late than never. We go be waiting for you. Don't worry. We go wait for you.
And that's why I need your support. I need your support all wrong financially.
Pastor Google,
everything.
you have the support. You have the support. No, even ask for it.
Thank you.
Right? And have a very good night. I hear watching and I listening, and I stopping and watching you on big screen.
Thank
I
you.
watch because I want to see all of you are watching you on big screen. So let me go and tell us the thing. Love you, Pastor Google, and we here listening.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you very
yes,
much.
Pastor.
All right.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Talk to me.
Pastor Google, that lady who just spoke was so right, but they're going after the procurement laws. You see, all that we have was to do, like, everything you put in, because I'm a contractor, you put in all the information. Anybody could go up online, see a company, because TNTX for my company, and when they put out the stuff, they will contact me, and if I'm willing, I could go and bid and whatever. They go the UNC, that will be no more, right? So they could do and will do what they want to do. So that will be no more. But Pastor Goal,
so they're going to repeal. They're going to repeal.
Yeah,
the
they're going
procurement
after.
laws?
Yeah, they're going after.
When they said that,
they're going after that.
Well, that is something that we need to keep our eyes on, Tolman, because that is not something that Trinidadians, because the procurement laws is something that Trinidadians have been begging for to deal with corruption. So you can't just tell me that they're going to deal with that. That is going to wake up the nation. Don't get tapped. That is not a rollover, Tolman.
Because
Tolman, that is not a rollover. I want you to listen to me. The procurement process, where you have to put out your company and do the whole people could scrutinize your company. That is something that Trinidadians have been begging for. That is something. So I am saying to you, while you might be thinking that they're going to get rid of that and it will be smooth sailing or whatever. No, Tolman, no. No, don't make it sound so simple. Don't make it sound like if that would just happen and that is nothing. I am telling you, I'm putting it to you, Tolman. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you that is going to raise real problems in this country.
Well,
nah, they can't do that just like that. They can't do that just like that. No. No, they can't. And let me tell you something. It will take 2/3 majority. And I am telling you that the independent senators will not support that.
I hope not.
No, well, it's not about hope. I am telling you, Tolman, you are saying to me that they're going to just remove the procurement process. You know that made us fall on the corruption index because of that procurement process. Anytime that is removed, you put in a red flag all over the world for Trinidad and Tobago. That is not something that people going to sleep on, Bridget. Anybody who understands the procurement process will not take that easy.
How else you could give jobs to the boys, contracts, like what they was doing 2010 to 2015, because they are accustomed to doing that.
Well,
how else could they do that without with that being there present? They will get rid of that.
No, they
because
can't.
I know as a contractor the difficulty of getting jobs. A matter of fact, part of that process is everybody have an equal playing field.
Thank you.
It have no equal playing field with the UNC.
Well, we will wait and see. I hear you.
All right.
I hear you,
Pastor Google, what I want to say also is that tomorrow I hope that Trinidadians wake up and people don't show me in your house.
Tolman, let me tell you now.
They come to me
listen
and
to
they will
me.
come tomorrow for you.
Tolman, let me tell you something. Today, some people from Moruga told me that they have about 4 buses. We're talking about them big party bus.
Yeah, very
coming
good.
up the road. So let us not put that damper on it.
No, I don't put damper. What I'm saying, Pastor Gold, this is at the front time because they come for me today as a CPEP contractor. They went for first street the other day. They're going to MTS, last in, first out. I know a lot of people get tired in MTS recently. They're gone. I sure they're gone. They're going to Europe. They all over. So people don't sit down in your houses and allow some people to go in with Woodford Square tomorrow and fight your battle. You come out and support fathers, mothers, children, because it's affecting everybody also. Let me nip this in the bud now.
All right.
Right? Because it could be I think it could be you tomorrow, and who will be there to stand for you? You know, it is not to be able to pay a bill. When PNM take over in 2015, they allow the contractors of the UNC to spend 3 years.
All right.
We get our contract in 2018. They never arbitrarily cut people one day. You just got 1 day. You come out to work, the Friday gone, and we just say everybody going home. People start crying my work. People start saying, well, what did they do? You understand? I make a video with Tasha, one of my workers who is pregnant. I can't get no maternity for she through CPEP or through NS, right? Because she's 7 months pregnant and she was hoping to get $15,000. Just like other workers, but 2 or 3 other workers was pregnant, and they get the benefit and they get a time off and they came back to work. And there's nothing I can do for she. And who will hire her in her state right now? So when they talk about when they come into power, they will rehire. When they hire the new contractors, they will rehire all the workers. They will not Pastor Google. They will not rehire Tasha and plenty like she, because these people come in, they slate our workers who campaign with them for the election and will not. A matter of fact, Dr. Oli was right. I said the clip, you play the clip also. Everybody play the clip. Dr. Oli was right. When they come into power, they will target PNM people, African people, and that is what they're doing. And has sort of dotish TikTokers and people who are supposed to be African talking some nonsense on the phone, right? It's African people that are targeting in the main. Who does call PNM people? Who does call PNM people? Who does call PNM people who listening on right now? Isn't it African people? Isn't it Lavantil and Bito and Mova and Silas and East West Corridor? They don't call PNM people in Carney. It's African people that are talking about when they say PNM people.
All right,
the PNM only Africans in it. The PNM everybody in it.
All right, I will call a hole in, Paul, man.
All right.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, good afternoon to you.
Look who on my live.
No, I will always be on your live. Pastor Google, it's bothering me. Pastor Google, could I ask a question? Why is Minister of Homeland Security? Is he in Trinidad and Tobago?
Right here, I see him in the arrival for the East Indian Prime Minister.
But Pastor Google, he take up a position that he don't know what it's all about. Yeah, I heard you speak about 2 things. I heard you speak about the security with the takeaway
from Stuart
Young and Dr. Rowley. Listen to me. And you speak about also the way the children had got shot on 30th Street right in. Right. I listened to this afternoon. Pastor Google, and I also want to bring up where 9 Dean that get killed up in Hall Cleft. You know what I'm telling you about? And you know who they are going to investigate that? Jillian Lucky. You remember what she was when then she come and she get a different position? Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. And that was already finished, and the police commissioner had that information. I want to say something here this afternoon. Mr. Commissioner of Police, you start off on a good foot, but you end up on a bad foot now, because you can't tell me you taking advice.
You taking advice? No, not advice. He took instructions.
Instruction. He taking instruction. How the hell are you taking?
I thought the police service supposed to be independent.
They're supposed to be independent. Or you could tell me taking instructions.
Yeah, you taking instructions, mommy.
What instruction? This Pastor Google, we not totally messed here right now. We not Pastor Google. Listen to what I'm telling you about. What I'm telling you about, Pastor Google. Things is not looking too right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Things is not looking right in Trinidad and Tobago.
It's looking right for some people, mommy.
When we win, everybody win. Everybody win. What's then to throw people from the employee? Pastor Google, this good here going to get stink, you know.
All right. Leave it there, mommy.
They're going to get stink. Okay, I'm gone.
Hey, leave it there.
To resolving the issue. In other news, the parents of 3 people killed by police 3 years ago are renewing their calls for justice.
The parents and a handful of relatives held a candlelight vigil outside Republic Bank Independence Square on Wednesday night. Relatives of Fabian Richards, Leonardo Williams and Isaiah Roberts say they have been given the runaround by police. 2 years ago, the director of the Police Complaints Authority recommended that the matter be sent for an inquest. Lead investigator in the matter, Superintendent Neil Brandon John, died last year, with the case still open. The 3-year delay is now prompting thoughts of a cover-up. And as Williams' father, Leo, told CNC3 News, he just wants justice and for the Prime Minister to get involved.
I respect the TTPS as a law-abiding citizens, but it's about time for we to dig out and root out the rogue element in the TTPS, because it is not fair when they do the crime against poor people, children in this country, brother. I am grieving out my heart, and we seeking justice. So as I was saying, I am begging for this government right now, under the UNC, Kamala Persad-Bissessar and her team, to look into this case right now.
The trio were killed after leaving a party in Diego Martin. Autopsy reports show they were shot from behind. Williams says the killing of his only son and his friends was murder.
Right now, parents grieving out their heart. We need equal rights and justice, ma'am. This is murder. Members of the TTPS murder our kids in cold blood down here, ma'am. And all the TTPS members of the TTPS was to be is be professional. Because they don't conquer the car already, ma'am. They ram them, they run them into the car. The car almost turn over. They don't conquer the car, ma'am. Why they choose to be judge, jury, and executioner?
CNC3 News was informed that the investigation is near completion and should be closed soon.
Let's tell you what's still to come in the news.
So you hear that? You heard that? You all heard that? Oh yeah, we wake up in this nation now. Let us wake up in this place. But listen to this.
So you all know I posted a CPEP video a few days ago, and in the haste to get the video out, I inadvertently misrepresented some facts where I said everybody comes into power, they fire people. And I said that the PNM also fired some persons, some CPEP, when they took office. I have since gone reading back in the archives, and I am here with the facts. We've all heard Mr. Complainer by now saying that just weeks before the last election, the PNM went and gave out a bunch of contracts. They renewed a bunch of the friends and family contracts. And it seems sus. It honestly seems sus like elections is next month and you're renewing contracts. But if you go reading, you would hear that the guy who was behind the contracts would change to 3-year contracts days before the election. So contracts given out on the day of elections, and you there talking shit to the public right now. Okay, but remember in my original video I said everybody come into government that's fire CPEP workers. Remember I said that? Well, I got that wrong, and here's why. This was the minister who was in charge of CPEP back in those days. 3 years from 2015 would have been 2018, just in time for those 3-year contracts that Mullen and them handed out to expire. And you know what happened? The PNM didn't fire them like I suggested in my video. They allowed the contracts to run its course and then didn't renew some of them. And the ones who were fired in 2016 were fired for owing $780,802 in national insurance payment and $140,529 in health surcharge. I know who was talking up in their mouth back then? David Abdullah. CPEP workers suffering. Monday 25th of June 2018, he went on a long rant about how unfair it was. Yes, they owed money, but oh gosh, because I'm like 10,000 people go home recently. Wait, Abdullah. Wait, all you hear from him? Give him a call now, update him. Maybe he's out of the country, he ain't never gone yet. But it's surprising to me how all those trade unions are just silent about this. I wonder what caused that, but okay, I can understand fully.
All right. So
guys going home. But here what's my official stance on this matter. I didn't have all the information before, I have it now, so I can make an official statement from me to you. You're on shit. It's okay to restructure. It's okay to streamline. It's okay to cut costs. Governments do it all the time. But you see, when things seem or it appears like you're going after people based on what you think their political affiliations are, you're wrong. I'm seeing the real people on social media laughing. Yeah, it's a real boss gang, send all them home, paying them people, we time now. Imagine we live in a day and age where people are happy just seeing 10,000 persons going home. They're rejoicing, video after video to justify why it was okay to send home everybody rather than weeding out the bad elements. We live in a society. This is what I keep telling you all. We are doomed.
So, you all heard that facts? You all heard some of the things that he said there? Factual. Some of the things that he said is factual. You understand? Let's wake up, Trinidad and Tobago. When will we wake up? When will we wake up? When will we realize that, hey, you see the games that some people playing? When will we realize that we need to stop it? They need to stop it. They need to stop it. So, this evening I would have presented to you some of the stories, some of the news stories that I think we need to pay attention to. Right? Some of the stories that I think we need to pay close attention to.
SC has been hired by dismissed Central Bank Governor Dr. Alvin Hilaire to represent him. This follows Dr. Hilaire's intention to sue the state for wrongful dismissal by issuing a pre-action protocol letter on Wednesday to the cabinet via the attorney.
So, former Prime Minister Young is going to sue. He is going to represent, the former central bank governor. All right? He is going to represent former central bank governor.
Attorneys representing a CPEP contractor who was fired last week have begun legal proceedings against the company.
Stephen Samuel's Contractors Limited issued the pre-action protocol letter today. It comes one day after PNM executives Faris Al-Rawi and Marvin Gonzalez vowed to take action against the state over the dismissal of some 4,000 reforestation workers. Attorneys Larry Lala and Kareem Marcel wrote that the termination of their client is both unfair and illegal, as CPEP did not give the required 30 days notice. The letter adds that during his tenure with CPEP, Stephen Samuel provided satisfactory service. The attorneys called on CPEP to withdraw the termination letter by the end of the day or face litigation. Attempts to contact CPEP's Chief Executive Officer, Keith Eddy, for a response were unsuccessful.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good
Pastor
evening.
Google.
Yes.
Pastor Google.
Yes.
You know, a thought has been crossing my mind. And I don't know what you would think about. Pastor Google, listen to me 1 minute. When the UNC won the election, they won the election based on diverse amount of promises that they are not really keeping. Right? As UNC won the election, right? Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar sent one of her ministers to the United States to get money. They didn't come back and say whether they get the money or whether they didn't get the money, right? Questions have been asked to them. Where are you all getting the money from, right? To materialize all these promises that you are making, and they are not answering. Last week in Parliament, the question was asked again. And he brought up some kind of standing order, the Minister of Finance, where he's not supposed to answer that question, where he ain't bound to answer that question. However, Pastor Google, you are firing everybody left, right, and center. Just a thought. I'm just asking for a friend. Pastor Google, do you think that we are already in the hands of the IMF?
But last night a man said that. You are not the first caller that's saying that. Last night a caller called in, a gentleman called in, and he said it. He said, because what I did was I played back former Prime Minister Young. I played back Dr. Rowley, and the caller called in and he said to me, he said, Pastor Google, we are already in the IMF. Why are these people doing this? Is exactly what they said.
They cannot, and they would not say nothing until the 12th hour, because you remember
that is exactly what the man said too.
The IMF have to instruct them what to do, how to do, and when to do. And if you watch how things are going, right, it's every day is another group of people losing their job, is going on the breadline.
Okay. All right.
Pastor Google, we as senior citizens and pensioners, we have to worry about our old age pension just now.
Okay then.
We had to worry about NIS pension just now.
Okay then.
Right? And you see they're reaching to MTS. You see where they're going?
No.
You see where they're going?
They reach MTS?
Right? They're reaching to MTS.
You lie.
Right? You see where they're going? Pastor Google is every day. It's every day. It's every day.
What are they doing with MTS?
MTS workers going home too. MTS how you call it, custodians going home too, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, we have to watch. We have to watch. I just asking and I just suggesting. Trinidad and Tobago, all your keep all your eyes open and all your ears on the ground. I just saying for a friend, I feel we already in the hands of the IMF. Pastor Google are going again, are coming back again just now.
All right, thank you for what you saying? Caller, you open my idea to something I didn't even know. Caller, were you telling yourself yellow is the code? What you saying? Get rid of the oppressor. Only remember that song? There was a song sung by the person who wanted to go up for San Fernando East, Macamillion. He sang a song talking about getting rid of the oppressor. Get rid of the oppressor. Only remember that song? Some only don't know about that song. Well, hear what now? Trinidad and Tobago, only wake up, you know. I doing what I could do here, you know. Just now I had over 500 people on the live. Would you believe that? Over 500 people I had on the live a while ago. I have 501 now. This live is going to become a very important live to Trinidad and Tobago, you know. I'm telling you, we realize very quickly Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world, right, that we don't have no voice nowhere, you know. Opposition people have no voice anywhere, you know. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, good night to you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Pastor Google, as you mentioned, Macamillion, is he still a councillor in the San Fernando Corporation?
Yes, he is.
Didn't he resign his position?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh, but so it was not necessary that he resigned?
No.
Wow, okay. Thank you very much. Just for clarification.
Thank you very much for calling. Let we wake up, you know. Are we waking up or are we going to sleep? Are we going to sleep or are we going to wake up as a nation? Tomorrow, hundreds and thousands of persons are going to be gathering in Woodford Square at 9, 10, 11 o'clock. They're going to be gathering to protest. They're going to be gathering to protest. Where will you be? Where will you be? We listening to a commissioner. Nobody call this man to order. Nobody point it out. Well, I'm going to bring it to the attention of the opposition leader and the chief whip and others that the commissioner of police was instructed to move the security from the former Prime Minister Young. And he said that he took instructions. Is it right? I can play you clips. I can play you video clips where other commissioner of police would have said that they don't take instructions from politicians. They don't take instructions from politicians. They're not supposed to take instructions from politicians. On the advice, and he was instructed to, and he took the instructions. He took the instructions. What do you have to say about this, Trinidad and Tobago? Are you comfortable with a commissioner of police admitting that he took instructions from politicians and he followed through with it? Are you comfortable with that? I asking. And I'm not asking for a friend. I'm asking because it is a question that needs to be asked. Are you comfortable with your commissioner of police taking instructions from a politician? Yes or no? That's my evening poll. So those of you, 525 of you on YouTube, could you tell me, are you comfortable with your commissioner of police taking instructions from a politician? Because that's what he said. He said that he would have taken instructions, right? He said that he took instructions. Are you all comfortable with your commissioner of police taking instructions? Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no? He took instructions to remove security from a former prime minister. Are you comfortable with that, Trinidad and Tobago? That's my question to you this evening. Are you comfortable with that? And I want you to put in the chat, yes or no. Right, so I want you to put in the chat, yes or no. Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with that? Because it's serious, yes or no? Yes or no? Are you comfortable with what you heard this evening on the news? What you heard this evening on the news? You heard this evening on the news where the commissioner of police was given instructions to remove security from a former prime minister. Are you comfortable with that? That's my question, you know. That's my question to you guys this evening.
On Monday, adding that they resumed their duties on Tuesday.
All right, that's not what I want to play for you. I want to get the clip with the removal of the police. Right, I want to get that clip for you. Listen to this. Listen to this clip, Olia. Listen carefully. All right? I want to get it, and I want you all to tell me if you all are comfortable with this, you know. That is what I want to know. If you all are comfortable with this.
Plans to reach out to the finance minister to discuss the way forward while recognizing his busy schedule ahead of the September budget.
Meanwhile, one worker told us they've returned to the job but said Anisette requested 2 weeks to address their concerns. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara has started clearing the backlog of firearm users license applications, retaining the first batch for processing. He says it is part of his push for fairness, efficiency and transparency. Applicants are being told to wait for direct instructions from their police stations, as only new applications will be accepted at the Firearms Permit Unit. Guevara has also approved a new policy allowing select off-duty officers to take their firearms at home. He's ordered an audit of unused weapons and is pushing for the full absorption of SRPs into the regular police force. With over 4,000 vests and 3,000 body cameras on order, Guevara says staff unity and public trust remain his top priorities. And the police commissioner says he is standing by his officers as an internal probe continues into Deputy Commissioner of Police Suzette Martin. Guevara assured officers they can count on his support even as the TTPS faces public scrutiny. He says the investigation will be transparent and fair, with the findings sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions for independent review. The commissioner believes the process will show that the police service can hold itself accountable without interference.
Former Police Commissioner and National Security Minister Gary Griffith has criticized the sudden removal of former Prime Minister Stuart Young's security detail. Griffith called the move unprofessional and risky. He says proper protocol requires warning the person days or weeks in advance. This allows time to adjust and arrange private security if needed. Young reportedly lost his security while meeting constituents, with officers told to stand down immediately. Griffith urged the public to look beyond politics and understand security protocols. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the police. A senior cabinet official said a recent threat assessment found no ongoing risk to Young. Griffith recalled providing security to former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley when he was opposition leader despite objections. This set a precedent for opposition leaders to receive state security. He added that former opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar had increased protection during his time as police commissioner. Current opposition leader Penelope Beckles still has state security detail.
What you all heard that? You all heard what Gary Griffith said? Somehow or the other, I don't know if you're comfortable with this or no. I don't know if you're comfortable with this. You all heard what Gary Griffith just said? Are you all comfortable with what you all just heard? The man took instructions, directive. He was directed to do something and he did it. Are you all comfortable with that? That's my question this evening, you know. Are you all comfortable with this? Seriously, you know.
And National Security Minister Gary Griffith has criticized the sudden removal of former Prime Minister Stuart Young's security detail. Griffith called the move unprofessional and risky. He says proper protocol requires warning the person days or weeks in advance. This allows time to adjust and arrange private security if needed. Young reportedly lost his security while meeting constituents, with officers told to stand down immediately. Griffith urged the public to look beyond politics and understand security protocols. Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the police. A senior cabinet official said a recent threat assessment found no ongoing risk to Young. Griffith recalled providing security to former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley when he was opposition leader despite objections. This set a precedent for opposition leaders to receive state security. He added that former opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar had increased protection during his time as police commissioner. Current opposition leader Penelope Beckles still has state security detail.
Are you hearing this? Are you all comfortable with what you all are hearing? Yes or no? Put it in the chat for me. Yes or no? Are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with what you're hearing? Yes or no? Talk to me. Are you comfortable? Could you sit in your home, honestly, hearing that clip I just played for you and feel comfortable? Say, yeah, nothing wrong with that. He got a directive and he followed through with his directive. What wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So if he got a directive to deal with us tomorrow in the march, if you got a directive tomorrow to deal with me in the march,
ding, 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 line. I was thinking what kind of song to write for the year 2001. Should I compose a nation building song or just blaze them politicians? But when I hear Pandey get 19 seats and he run and give a speech of victory, I tell myself something wrong, so I compose this song for kinky head people like me, because I don't understand what's really happening. For years me crooks and panther was busting we liver string. Well, I honestly believe the message was loud and clear, but the results from the elections proved the mistake breaking black man air. They don't hear, so don't expect me to jam your prime minister.
No, don't tell me.
I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever.
I said no, don't tell me.
Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, is you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby father, the man like more sex than Pandey. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I have nothing to say. My personal comments I will reserve.
You got a government you deserve.
To complain to me now, but you got some nerve. You got a government you deserve. Try my best to put sense in black man head. The consequence I was not afraid. But when I see Keith and Daphne on TV, deep in my heart I felt betrayed. Cause I remember in 1998 I got chastised when I sing my song. But if I did like game, I would have take out she name and deceitfully win me crown. UNC corrupt like hell, but Satmaraj wouldn't say so. As black man open me mouth, he find that man in should go. To these negative response from the black man, I'm not surprised, because I've come to one conclusion: today black man is his own demise. He ain't wise. So don't tell me nothing about the EBC.
No, don't tell me.
Because I know some of you vote for UNC.
I said no, don't tell me.
Don't tell me that they cancel the URP, and how you can't get work to maintain your family. So if you end up just like a criminal on the run, because all the promises that they make, they ain't keeping none. And civil servants can't get it back pay, plus yourself can't get a 10 days. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I wouldn't be amazed. My little knowledge now I must preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To protest of them now it take plenty nerve. You get a government you deserve.
So, you know, somebody saying on the live, Pastor Google, you keep repeating yourself. Let me tell you something. My mom is a teacher. My dad is a lawyer. And when you repeat things, it gets into people's psyche. When you repeat something over and over, it triggers something in you. It makes you remember more and more. It makes you take account of something. God repeats himself. So if you have a problem with me repeating myself, then take it up with God. But I am repeating myself. I know why. Because you see, I was on a radio station for 12, 13 years, 14 years, repeating myself, playing videos for you, showing you this, exposing this, explaining this. And some people didn't even, how to put it, I don't even know how to explain it. But the reality of it is that when you repeat things, look, this calypso was sung in 2001. And we could identify with every living thing Shirley saying. Any of you out there who disagree with me, you could type no. That is, whatever he's singing is not true. He sang that so much years ago. 2001. And we are in 2025. And we can identify with everything Shirley saying. Serious issues we face with in this country. We are faced with, Tallman is saying that we are faced with a government that could get rid of the procurement process in order to give the friends, family, and whoever contracts. And we must just sit back and say, don't repeat yourself, hush your mouth. Are we serious? We have people, we watching what's happening in this country. And yes, I repeated myself over and over and asking you, and I'm trying to trigger something in you. I'm trying to trigger something in you. What I'm trying to trigger in you? I'm trying to trigger in you awareness. Hey, did he just take directive from a politician, the commissioner? Is that right? Is that right? But then if I go back in the archives and I pull back a video for you, you'll say I repeated myself. But the reality of it is that many of you do not remember. You don't remember. That is why we are where we are today. Right? We don't remember. Let's be real. Mr. Manning, I played a speech of Mr. Manning yesterday where Mr. Manning talk about what we seeing happening now. It's like if Mr. Manning alive and telling us what we seeing now. So I don't know how we can just sit back and hear a commissioner take instructions, take direction, and just be normal. Just be normal. Just pretend as though it did happen. It's not happening. No, that didn't happen. No. No, the commissioner did not just take instructions or take directives from a politician. So could he take instructions and directions from a politician to deal with me or deal with you? And yes, I'm repeating myself because I want you to understand that this is not just about Stuart Young, but this is a commissioner for Trinidad and Tobago. And is it that he can take instructions from a politician to deal with somebody? Are we that is what we encouraging, that's what we accepting? Huh? That's what we're going to accept? Is that what we're going to be happy about? Are we? No, we should not be happy about that. We should not be happy about that. No. And the other thing that I am concerned about, I am very concerned about, is how is it? How come? How is it that this case with these youngsters who got shot by Republic Bank in Port of Spain. How come that case taking so long? How come? How come I have to be repeating myself about this? Why is it that case is taking so long? Why? How is it other cases are being dealt with swiftly, but this case, the investigation, is taking so long? Why? No, I'm hearing the father of the young man saying that he's calling on this government to deal with it, deal with the matter for him, bring closure for his family. Really? Really? I am sorry, you know. Or I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, you know. Because some of us choose this.
Nice. The boss tell me that she wants a Trinidad song. The great white. Fully endorsed. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen now make the people suffer. It's waiting for the people now, vote for the oppressor. Catch it, tighten, we built this all out. But we can't make Trinidad go to the gutter. Quick time on the high and the streets get hotter. Food prices rise soon, we can't buy butter. Trinidad, man, sick, get them out quick, get them out quick. Yellow is the code down. Yellow is the code down. Yellow is the code down. Me and them hardcore, and that's slow down. Yellow is the code down. Yellow is the code down. Yellow is the code down. Me and them energy end of the road down. UNC now make the people suffer. It's waiting for the people now, vote for the oppressor. Catch it, tighten, we built this all them out. Can't make Trinidad go to the gutter. Quick crime on the high and the streets get hotter. Food prices rise.
Ole, listening to this?
Trinidad, man, sick, get them out quick, get them out quick. Yellow is the code down.
Ole, remember that?
Yellow is the code down.
Yellow is the code. Yellow is the code. PNM is the oppressor. Who oppressing who now? Who oppressing who now? Eh? Who is the oppressor now? Eh? Who's the oppressor now? Well, you wake up, you know. Wake up. Wake up, Trinidad and Tobago.
See wins, Trinbago wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, now is the time to decide. If you want leaders who can build, place your ex by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can lead properly, place your ex by the rising sun. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC.
Somebody on the live asking, where the AMBD case? That is repeating myself. I talked that for 5 years. I talk EMBD for 5 years. Eh? What go on? What we have to say about that? Don't talk about that. Yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, I want to tell all you that nobody can say that they wasn't warned and they didn't know. And people leave them out in the cold. They can't say that. they could never say that nobody warned them. Nobody told them. Nobody reminded them. We constantly repeated it. And some of you are saying just like what some people are saying now on the live. You're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself. Yep. We had all the men from the UNC warning us. Yep. Yeah. We had people coming from all over warning us. We had Anita Haynes leaving and telling us.
Support country before party, well, go to hell. Go to hell. You say you support country before party, well, go to hell. Go to hell. Support your party. You say you support country before party, well, go to hell. Go to hell. Support your party. You say you support country before party, well, go to hell. Go to hell.
You understand? You understand? Somebody's asking me, Pastor Google, are you on tomorrow night? Yes, I'm on tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, so tomorrow is what, Friday? Oh, gosh. No. Well, I would love to be on tomorrow. Trust me, I would really like to be on tomorrow. I would really like to be on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I would really like to be on tomorrow. Believe you me, if I sit here and say to you, I wish I can be on tomorrow, I really wish I could be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be at the march. I will be going live tomorrow at the march in Woodford Square. Yeah, for sure. Tomorrow, please God, I will be going live on Woodford Square, where the young people and the people who would have lost their jobs would be gathering. Right? They'll be gathering at Woodford Square tomorrow to protest the unfair dismissal. And, so, yeah. So as I said, I will be live tomorrow, please God, at Woodford Square. And I will be giving you updates and highlights on what is going on, what will be going on. You understand? You see, again, I am very much aware that there are some of us, we really don't care, because our business fix. And because our business fix, we don't care about nobody else. We don't care about nobody else once our business fix. You know what I mean? And it's sad because at the end of the day, we all live in this country and we all want the best for Trinidad and Tobago. So when I sit here and I talk to you and I tell you, hey, right? And I sit here and I tell you guys, hey, Trinidad and Tobago, we are at a place where we need to be very observant. We need to be observant, number one, of what's happening around us with this government. We need to be observant, number two, because there are things that are happening in the background that are affecting persons. And some of us pretending as though it doesn't matter. They don't care. You know? They don't care. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? But we need to take stock. We need to be aware. And we need to stop playing games. Because too many of us are playing games. And we're pretending as though whatever que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Let's wake up now. Let's wake up. I want to take some calls. I really want to take some calls because I want to get your opinion on this situation with this with the commissioner of police. I want to hear your views. I want to hear your views because at the end of the day, this to me says a lot. This to me says a lot. I'm actually trying to find a video that I played on 91.9 where I played a clip one time with the former commissioner of police when he would have said that the police don't take directives from politicians. Politicians don't give them their directives. They take instructions from the DPP, not a politician. So when I heard that statement in the news, it worries me. It worries me. So if some of you find I'm repeating myself about it because I'm worried. I am worried when a politician could tell the police commissioner remove the security from former Prime Minister Young. I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it. And if you want to sit in your home and find I'm repeating it too much, and what we could do about it, we need to highlight it. We need to tell people, and people are going to bring it out in the public domain and make the commissioner aware that people are watching him. People are aware. People are aware, Commissioner, that you are taking instructions from politicians. Hey, Commissioner, we are aware. We are watching you. We have our concerns. I have a concern. I wish I could call Mr. Gary Griffith now to ask him, because Gary Griffith was one of the persons who said about politicians and they want to tell him what to do. You remember that was one of the things that Gary Griffith and Dr. Rowley fell out for? Dr. Rowley and Gary Griffith fell out because Dr. Rowley would have told Gary about the young man who was bathing, who was in the sea by Bayshore. No, it was some people who was in a little pool party in Bayshore. And then what happened? Dr. Rowley said to him, but the little boys who was bathing on the beach by sea lots, you had a problem with them. You remember that? And Gary told Dr. Rowley, no, you can't tell me what to do. No, you can't tell me what to do. Well, you remember those things? So I want to play. I'm really looking for a clip here. I'm going back in the archives of 91.9 here, you know, to try and find a clip here to play for you of the commissioner back then. Not Mr. Williams, I think it was, or who it was, boy, who said that police don't take instructions from politicians or directive from politicians. They take it from the DPP. That's what they take it from. So if I don't find it, will it don't vex it me? for repeating myself. Don't vex. But I really wanted to find this video. So I'm going to take your calls. I'm going to take your calls on 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. Let me say good evening to those of you who are on the live. I really appreciate it. Those of you who joining me on the live, 521 of you. Last evening I had 400. No, I have 500. I'm really appreciative of all of you being with me on the live. Dr. Rowley always defended us. Yep, he did. Yep, he did. But there are persons who didn't appreciate his defending. That is why we are where we are today. You know? That is why we are where we are today as a nation. Because there are some people who did not like Dr. Rowley's style of governance. So he would have allowed the PNM to choose who they wanted to go into an election with, and they would have chosen, or they would have voted and gone with Mr. Young. And now the question is asked, and persons are complaining, or some persons are realizing now more than ever what's going on. Hello, good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gogo.
Hi, good evening.
How are you today?
I am okay.
All right, thank God for that. I'm waiting with patience for the return of Mr. Manning, please.
Oh yes. We're just waiting until in the Senate, I think they are still debating, or they're still going through it in the Senate. As soon as that is through, Mr. Manning will be joining me.
All right, thank you very much.
You're most welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening.
I'm not that educated, but when I see the police commissioner for the first time, the first impression, you're going to see what he made out of it. So that is my take of it.
All right, thank you very
You're going to
much.
see him and make him out what he's about to do. Not good. Okay then, have a blessed night.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, so the numbers to call is 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. That's the number you can call and get through to tell me, what are your thoughts about the Commissioner of Police taking directive to remove the to remove the security from Stuart Young? He didn't say that he would have run it through some of his colleagues, or he didn't say that, He didn't say, well, let me, let's see. He has about it, because I think they were going to remove the security by a certain time. They were going to remove the security. So, I don't know. What is your thoughts? Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Pastor.
Hi, good evening.
I'm calling first time caller.
Thank you.
Right? So when Alexander said that they did a threat assessment, that man was lying. He lying through teeth and telling us about they did a threat assessment and there was nothing. Nobody was threatening Stuart Young. That's why he take away the security detail and and threat assessment. That man is a liar. They lied. Okay?
Yeah.
So it had nothing about threat assessment there. They didn't do no threat assessment. He's a liar.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome there.
Thank you very much. I tell you, you could fool some of the people some of the times, you know. You can't fool all the people all the time. You understand what I'm saying? You do a threat assessment. Are you serious? Eh? You do a threat assessment. You do a threat assessment. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. I believe you. Just like the lady just now who said she don't believe you at all. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor. Well, the commissioner, I don't see he's a talker already. So I would not waste my time behind him because all he doing is talking. He ain't doing a thing because the thing's still going worse than when PNA was in power. And he's a younger fella and he ain't showing the potential except to take, as we say. So the point about it, even say I look at I sit down and I study the CPEP contract that UNC say when they win, everybody wins. So I thought they would have leave those people in forestry and CPEP to continue doing the work. And they would have created another 50,000 jobs for the supporters and whatsoever. I am just telling whosoever listening, if you're going back to open the refinery, you could take your own people and start painting them pipe and painting tank and cutting the grass right around the tank and all them things. And you'll get a 50,000 people to go inside and do the work. But them are thinking what them doing is have a vindictive situation going on to just have the place. Anyway, Kamala already before she win the election, she went and talked to the IMF. And that is where they're heading. So jump higher, jump low. That is where they're heading. And Pastor, we'll wait a little bit and we'll see what's going on later.
Thank you very much.
Former Police Commissioner and National Security Minister Gary Griffith has criticized the sudden removal of former Prime Minister Stuart Young's security detail. Griffith called the move unprofessional and risky. He says proper protocol requires warning the person days or weeks in advance. This allows time to adjust and arrange private security if needed. Young reportedly lost his security while meeting constituents, with officers told to stand down immediately. Griffith urged the public to look beyond politics and understand security protocols. Police Commissioner Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. On a cabinet directive, Griffith warned that Alista Gavwara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said recommend, not order. He acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the police. A senior cabinet official said a recent threat assessment found no ongoing risk to Young. Griffith recalled providing security to former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley when he was opposition leader despite...
You all hear that? You all heard that? Well, you know what? I'm taking some more calls. Right? I'm taking some more calls. The number to call is 464-7003. The number is rolling across your screen. 464-7003. That's the number to call. 464-7003. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about this? You heard what Guy Gifford said? And we're supposed to be comfortable about this? Who does the risk assessment? I'm seeing somebody asking, threat assessment would be done by who? Not the same police. So the commissioner couldn't go through the threat assessment and see, well, I'll take the advice or I'll take the directive, or I don't think so, and let's leave him with it until the end of the time. You don't think so? Or you don't think so? But who does the threat assessment though? Anybody want to dare to call me and tell me who does the threat assessment? Who does it? Is it the police does it? The politicians does it? So the politicians would have requested a threat assessment to be done to see if they could remove the security. Are we serious? Are we for real? Are we comfortable with what we are hearing? Are you comfortable with what you just heard Gary Griffith bringing to the attention of the nation of Trinidad and Tobago? Repeat.
And National Security Minister Gary Griffith has criticized the sudden removal of former Prime Minister Stuart Young's security detail. Griffith called the move unprofessional and risky. He says proper protocol requires warning the person days or weeks in advance. This allows time to adjust and arrange private security if needed. Young reportedly lost his security while meeting constituents, with officers told to stand down immediately. Griffith urged the public to look beyond politics and understand security protocols. Police Commissioner Alista Gavara said he acted on a cabinet directive. Griffith warned that cabinet should only recommend, not order security changes. He said acting without threat assessments risks politicizing the police. A senior cabinet official said a recent threat assessment found no ongoing risk to Young. Griffith recalled providing security to former Prime Minister Dr. Rowley when he was opposition leader despite objections. This set a precedent for opposition leaders to receive state security. He added that former opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar had increased protection during his time as police commissioner. Current opposition leader Penelope Beckles still has state security detail.
So that's my I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the commissioner taking directive from a politician. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. The last thing I have a problem with, I want you to listen to this.
So you all know I posted a CPEP video a few days ago, and in the haste to get the video out, I inadvertently misrepresented some facts where I said everybody comes in the power, they fire people. And I said that the PNM also fired some persons, some CPEP, when they took office. I have since gone reading back in the archives, and I am here with the facts. We've all heard Mr. Complainer by now saying that just weeks before the last election, the PNM went and gave out a bunch of contracts. They renewed a bunch of their friends and family contracts. And it seems sus. It honestly seems sus like elections is next month and you're renewing contracts. But if you go reading, you would hear that the guy who was behind the contract renegotiations and negotiations, the head of CPEP, said that this whole process started in February, before they even knew that elections were coming in April. Because remember, Bro Vaye thought he could have pulled the ultimate trump card, catch the UNC their pants down and win the elections. That didn't pan out as he wanted it. So when the renewal of contracts were going on, nobody knew elections was just a month away or 2 months away. But you have also heard that the CPEP contracts were for a term of 3 years. You all ever wondered where that 3-year term came from? Let me show you all how hypocritical this country is. Let's go back to Mr. EMBD. Remember, he was in government from 2010 to 2015. What is this? Munilal, no contract giveaway, June 3rd, 2016. Let's read this article. Let's see what it had to say. Former line minister in charge of CPEP, Dr. Rudal Munilal, has denied any wrongdoing in the granting of contracts in the days just before the September 2015 general elections. What? This can be right. Let's continue reading. Munilal also found nothing wrong in delivering contracts on the day of the general election. It is a working day like any other, he said in a telephone interview yesterday. He clarified that no new contracts were given out, but the existing monthly contracts were changed to 3-year contracts days before the election. So contracts given out on the day of elections, and you there talking shit to the public right now. Okay, but remember in my original video I said everybody come into government does fire CPEP workers. Remember I said that? Well, I got that wrong, and here's why. This was the minister who was in charge of CPEP back in those days. 3 years from 2015 would have been 2018, just in time for those 3-year contracts that Munilal and them handed out to expire. And you know what happened? The PNM didn't fire them like I suggested in my video. They allowed the contracts to run its course and then didn't renew some of them. And the ones who were fired in 2016 were fired for owing $780,802 in national insurance payment and $140,529 in health charge. I know who was talking up in their mouth back then? David Abdullah. CPEP workers suffering. Monday 25th of June 2018, he went on a long rant about how unfair it was. Yes, they owing money, but oh gosh, because I'm like 10,000 people go home recently. Wait, Abdullah. Wait, will you hear from him? Give him a call now, update him. Maybe he's out of the country, he ain't never gone yet. But it's surprising to me how all those trade unions are just silent about this. I wonder what caused that, but okay, I can understand fully now why the unions can't seem to find their voice when thousands of workers going home. But here was my official stance on this matter. I didn't have all the information before, I have it now, so I can make an official statement from me to you. You're on shit. It's okay to restructure, it's okay to streamline, it's okay to cut costs. Governments do it all the time. But you see, when things seem or it appears like you're going after people based on what you think their political affiliations are, you're wrong. I'm seeing real people on social media laughing. Yeah, the real ghost gang, send all them home, paying them people, we time now. Imagine we live in a day and age where people are happy to see 10,000 persons going home. They're rejoicing, video after video, to justify why it was okay to send home everybody rather than weeding out the bad elements. We live in a society.
That is the society we live in. And I want to apologize for some of the language. I now picked up on it. So I apologize for some of the things that he would have said that may have, the word that he would have used that would have upset some of you. Please forgive me. Didn't mean to. All right? But I just wanted to touch on that. Because there are radio announcers who thumping desks, you know. Thumping desks. Because the government dealing with corruption. What corruption? What corruption? Government dealing with corruption and you're thumping your desk in your studio. Thumping your desk. Because you want to sound balanced. Foolishness. You want to sound so balanced. So you are going down the road of trying to make people believe or give people the impression that there was so much corruption. You hear when Clyde Elder say it is unethical to give people a contract 3 months or a month before election. Who knew that there was going to be an election in April? That's 1, 2. But a man who you say now next to in your parliament, in your government, sign off the same day of the election. And that is that code. You Elder ain't gonna say nothing about that. Elder, that's not unethical. But no. So tomorrow, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we out there. If you see me, come up to me and tell me, hey, Pastor Google, I listen to you, you know. Let's watch you on your YouTube channel, Constructive Talk. And 528 of you, I want you to give me some thumbs up. Before you leave, just touch that thumbs up button for me, please. I beg of you. I need you to touch that thumbs up button for me, the 528 of you. Just touch that thumbs up button for me before you come off the live. And I want to tell you thank you. Because you could have been watching our movie, yeah? Yeah, you could have been watching a movie, you could have been doing all sorts of things. But you choose to come on to Constructive Talk to hear the issues on current affairs. And I want to tell you thanks publicly. Thank you very much. So those of you who are on the live, just touch that thumbs up button for me. Touch that thumbs up button for me. And yeah, we're going to stick on them like white on rice. We're going to be watching and listening.
Pastor Google, it was strange that as the UNC won the election.
Somebody calling in. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Pastor Google, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. One comment that you made about the radio station that thanked the guest, I thought that was very, very strange, because they take a position with the government or the government minister that there's corruption, which is, there's no evidence of corruption, but they was glad and happy to hear him say corruption. And that is the same method that they did or used for the general election. They say things and keep saying it and make people believe, right? So what happened is, I think the PNM have a hard task, a hard road ahead, because the media tend to be against them in a kind of way, right? Because if you have a prominent radio station, people listen to and encouraging, like, yes, there's corruption. They don't have a board. Was imagine that they didn't have a board in place. So where is the evidence of the corruption? Who found that corruption was involved? Right? You just can't say things just like that. You have to have evidence. So this man was agreeing with the minister or the government, and there's no evidence. So we have a hard task ahead. That's the goal. So that is your observation, and that was mine from earlier o'clock. So thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for calling.
Right. Yes.
Right. At least the caller call in and verify that what I was saying was the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying.
Yes.
The caller heard it for himself. So I know I didn't make up that. Thank you very much, caller, for calling and verifying what I said is the truth. You have no evidence. Listen to how this thing pan out, you know. You got rid of the board of CPEP. There's no board at CPEP. None whatsoever. He now going and putting a board tomorrow next week. Right? So there's no board. He got rid of all the contractors, fired them, and then said that they did not fire the workers, but the workers are connected to the contractors. So who fool you to believe that we so foolish? We so stupid, and they know that announcer is a bright man. Eh? He in the media for years. But you hear a minister got rid. Listen to how ironic this is, you know. A minister, the government, came on the media and say all board must go. So you tell all board members to go. All board members left. Didn't they? Week after, you come to CPEP and fired as a minister. Went to the Attorney General, say, hey, read these contracts and tell me if you could get rid of these contractors. Corporation sold Central Bank, on the directive of the minister, got rid of all the contractors who the workers are connected to. So if you got rid of all the contractors, that means that all of the workers are connected to who? Not to CPEP. So you got rid of all the contractors. The workers are not connected to anybody, to CPEP, because CPEP don't pay the workers. So you got rid of the contractors and the workers, then lying and telling us that you didn't fire all the workers. So who fired the workers? The contractors? All right, so we're going on. Boom. You realize you make her out. So you say that you're going to trigger a part of the contract that says that you need to pay CPEP contractors. You hearing me? And the CPEP contractors will then pay the workers. Ooh! No, sir. It don't go so. Then after that, no, you have a contractor who is taking you to court, filing an injunction on you. He's filing an injunction on you. And on top of that, I can't wait to see the top 10 or the 100 days blooper of this government, 100 days blooper. So the radio announcer trying to make us believe that there was so much corruption under this last government. You know why he's thumping his desk like that? Because he didn't have any corruption to prove on his radio station. So now that there's a new government in place, he believes that this government is bringing out all the corruption that would have been hidden. Yeah, right. Yeah, so you thump your desk to intimidate and to pretend and to tell people what. So hear what now? Let me tell you this one. The minister stand up in a press conference and lie and tell people how CPEP didn't hand in an audit to the Ministry of Public Utilities. The same radio announcer who thumped this didn't say, but wait now, the Ministry of Public Utilities did not have CPEP. How none only don't call a radio station and tell he that? How none only don't call a radio station and tell he that in the standing committee, in the standing committee, how the CPEP would have replied to that statement that they were not under the Ministry of Public Utilities, they were under the Ministry of Rural Development. Corruption busters. Fools you're trying to take us for. But when them win, everybody win. And we have to sit every morning and hear you spew your nonsense and rubbish. And nobody don't call in. Nobody don't call in and say, sir, goodly sir, I think you may have, I think you are like, and I heard one of the announcers, listen to this. I heard one of the announcers at there after the news, they have a show they call about the news where they highlight a story in the news. And people were messaging the announcer and saying to her, you know, you all could do some investigative journal. Anybody ever tell her Louise investigative journalist? Is there no big investigative journalist they want? People just want you to tell them the truth. People just want you to show us another side of it. People just wanted to tell us that, hey, the reality of it is that, hey, the minister lied. Because you are, CPEP was not under the Ministry of Public Utilities. That's what people want you to do. People don't want you to go and do no big set of investigation, ma'am, that you have to insult people like that. But no, some of you like that. So while he is thumping his desk with no evidence in front of him, just talk in the parliament. Just talk. No evidence whatsoever. Just talk. Sad, eh? Sad. Someone is saying on YouTube, Pastor, the UNC contractors will bring their own people seems you. Okay. They will not hire back the old workers because they were hired under P&M contractors. Interesting. So those of you on the live here who does listen to that morning show like me sometimes, and hear the arrogance coming across from the radio announcers, ask them now, if you get a chance, when they just take calls from 9 to 10, well, they don't take it from 9, they take it about 9:15. I mean, 9:45. Just take all your calls from 9:45. Ask them now. Say, hear this now, because I won't be home. So they will tell me if you ask them. Say, hear this now. Was CPEP under the Ministry of Public Utilities? Yeah, I repeated myself. Because I want you all to understand the lie. And that you all are being fooled. Ask him. Ask the radio announcer who like to say, well, hey, look at corruption now. Look at the corruption. Look at corruption. Ask him. Say, yeah now. Was CPEP under the Ministry of Public Utilities? And then, he'll give you some attitude. And then all have to say, well, no, it was not under the Ministry of Public Utilities. So when Minister Parat said that CPEP did not hand in an audit to the Ministry of Public Utilities, he was wrong. Tell him that now. Tell him that corruption that he was referring to, that the CPEP CEO would have dealt with in a standing committee, he needs to go and check and do his research. Let's see how he will react to that now. Let's see how he will react to that. Will he appreciate you telling him? Or will he tell you, look, come from here? You know, that's how they just talk to you. Do you know that? That's how they just talk to you, I've heard it many times. Many, many times. You know? So those are things that I really would appreciate if some of you would really look into, get into, touch. You know what I mean? And let's get our country, let's get accountability. And let's hold the people in authority to be accountable. I'm getting ready to leave, or not leave, but come off the live. So I'm asking you all, take stock of what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Take stock. And see you guys tomorrow. Please God. In Woodford Square. I will be there. I will be right there. Have a blessed evening, everyone. Thanks to the 500 of you, 514. It had over 545 persons on the live. Just before you come off, give me that thumbs up love, please. Just give me that thumbs up love. See you guys tomorrow, please God. No, see you guys on Monday. And hey, new and bright and brilliant things are coming on Constructive Talk. If you are a small business person, entrepreneur, and you want your business to be advertised, call me 464-7003.
Prime Minister, this letter is just for you. My intention was to give you this letter when election was true. But since Dr. Rowley was stepping down, I figured I couldn't wait. I'm reading it now. Before it's too late. I hear people say the P&M wasting the nation's time. I hear people scrape every last dime.